Today's agenda is about advertising on Facebook. Why advertise? Who can advertise? How to run ads? And what we're going to look at is get a better understanding of Facebook, which is part of Meta. Meta is the company that's publicly traded that owns Facebook. They've got billions of users, literally over 2 billion people actively use Facebook once a month. They are the most widely used social network in the world. Active users on Facebook tend to be midlife to older adults. Facebook owns some other properties that kind of fill in that gap. 90% of all Facebook users are outside of the US. So it's a very global, international platform. Meta owns Facebook and a few other things. They own Instagram, they own Messenger, and they own something called WhatsApp. Instagram tends to be used by a younger demographic audience than Facebook, and so Facebook and Meta give advertisers and marketers the ability to reach a wide demographic, billions of users, lots of people internationally. It's just an amazing platform and why everybody in the world likes to advertise on it. Meta makes money, and they make money by making a free platform, Facebook and Instagram, but we're talking more Facebook today. It doesn't charge you anything in order to join. It's free. All you need is a smartphone or a computer or some tablet device to get on the internet, and you can join Facebook absolutely free. The reason most people join is because they have friends and family members that are members as well, and it's a way to keep in touch with people and what they're doing. And the way they make money is they charge advertisers in order to reach their members. It's basically a big swap meet. If you think of a swap meet that you might have gone to, a swap meet attracts a lot of people that come in to go to the swap meet. But if you want to sell something there, you have to pay in order to get a table and in order to advertise and market to those people. But the swap meet attracts the audience, and you get to advertise in order to reach that audience. Pretty good system. Facebook creates very little content themselves. They get all of the users that use Facebook to create text posts, they create photos, they upload videos. So the users are really creating all of the information that other users want to consume and view and watch on Facebook. Facebook just runs this platform that people use to be able to do things on it. So that's how they make money, and they make a lot of money. They're the second largest advertising revenue source on the internet after Google. So they make a lot of money from advertising. Now, some social networks charge a membership, some don't, but most of them are this model where they give you free access. So if you look at Instagram, it's free. If you look at Pinterest, it's free. If you look at LinkedIn, it's free. If you look at all of these, X/Twitter, it's free. It's free membership. Some charge membership fees for higher level of services, but they're predominantly get a lot of people on it and then charge advertisers to reach those people. It's kind of like the Super Bowl, is that you get a lot of people to watch the Super Bowl, you can charge a lot of money for a minute of advertising. And that's what Facebook has done very successfully, using the internet in order to get it to work. What you see on Facebook when you log in, and this is a desktop view, is you'll see some search and navigation icons and information about your account. You'll see a menu. You'll see some shortcuts. You'll see space for ads. You'll see some contact information. You'll see something called stories. Stories are short-term items that only appear to friends. And Facebook, friends have friends. And so only friends would see stories. You have the ability to post an update. And I'm going to show you a real screenshot in a minute. And then you see this thing called the news feed. The news feed is all of the information Facebook is collecting from all of the people and brands and things you're connected to, and it pulls it in and says, here's what you care about, here's what you want to watch, and here's what you asked to be connected with and what you're going to see. So for a marketer or an advertiser, one of the number one things they want to do is, I want to appear in the news feed of people when I post something on Facebook as a brand or an organization. So if it's Disney or a government agency or anybody that, Coca-Cola or a sports team, they want to appear in the news feed so that people will see something that they posted. And Facebook has a throttle. They don't let brands really appear that much in the news feed because they want to offer brands and businesses and organizations the opportunity to appear more prominently in the news feed if they advertise. And so they sell advertising to allow brands to appear more prominently in the news feed. And that's what brands are willing to pay. Millions and millions of people are willing to pay billions of dollars a year to be in that news feed, because with 2 billion people getting onto Facebook and spending anywhere from 2 to 4 hours a day on it, it's like people used to watch TV or listen to radio or do a lot of other things, right? But let's take a look at what an ad looks like. This is actually a screenshot I took this morning from my personal account. There's my little personal icon there. And it has navigation on the left and some groups and things I belong to and some information on the right. These are some ads. But right in the news feed, when I scroll down, I will see a big ad. I've been kind of doing a little study on virtual assistant services. And so once you click on an ad for one, you'll start to see more ads like that show up in your news feed, because of course, Facebook knows who you are, and they also keep track of everything you do when you're on Facebook and also when you browse the internet and do other things on the internet. So this is all an ad. You can tell by a little icon here, a little word that says sponsored. And there are some pieces of information on the bottom. You can click on the ad. There's a little button here that says learn more. So this is how an ad will appear in the news feed. It looks very much like somebody posted it as a status update or a standard post. So it doesn't look too much different than a standard post. If you scroll down, you'll start to see ads, and you'll see ads on the right. And in the mobile app, you can scroll down, you'll see an ad like this. This says sponsored. So somebody has paid Facebook to appear higher in the news feed, and they will pay when people click on that ad. And that's how Facebook collects money. So if you see something in Facebook that's sponsored and you click on it, Facebook makes money from that advertiser. And so that's what they're doing. It's basically you're going on Facebook to keep in touch with friends and get updates from friends. But in the midst of all of that, there are ads that are mixed in with that. Just like watching a TV show or listening to radio, you'll see ads that will appear every so often in the programming. So what I'm going to take you to now is my Facebook brand page. Okay, this is not Facebook Bob Cohen. This is Facebook brand page. Let me move a few things around here. There we go. And it shows Bobology here as the account. When you own a page on Facebook, you can be Bob Cohen, which is, I can switch for Bob Cohen, or I can switch to Bobology. And that's the page I use mostly for posting things on Facebook. I see a management view of this page on Facebook. If you just go to Bobology on Facebook, facebook.com/Bobology, you'll see what the public sees on Facebook. I see a management view of what's on Facebook. And all brands will look pretty similar to each other. It's just that if I go to, say, Disney or something like that, you'll see different things. Let's see if I can pull up a view of Disney here, log out of this. And if I go to something like Disney, because you can search, and I go to Disney, a good brand, this is what a page looks like to a public viewer. So there's some navigation on the left. There's some information on here, and people, Disney and other people can post and make comments depending on what Disney allows the people visiting their page to do. So there's lots of information here for people that want to follow Disney. It's got 54 million followers, and it's got, you can click on follow, which means that some of their posts will start to show up in your personal news feed, but not a lot. It's more a matter of bookmarking it so that you can find it again when you want to go visit. So this is what a page looks like when somebody wants to go visit. Just because you follow somebody doesn't mean you're going to see something when you log into Facebook. In fact, when a brand posts something, like Disney posted this 5 days ago, and they posted this a day ago, it doesn't mean that you're going to see it in your news feed. You may have to go back to the Disney page to see things if you want to, but they will oftentimes post announcements, information, updates, coupons, events, things like that. They can do a lot of things. They can even sell products. So if we looked at events here that Disney has going on, here's a bunch of Disney events that they have that you could follow. Same thing with clubs and organizations. They're doing this a lot everywhere because they know so many people are on Facebook that it's another way to reach people other than through email or through their website or other activity. Your activity is always measured and tracked on Facebook. If you like a page and you follow the page and you see something from the page and you like that, or you go back to the page more frequently, also how many times you visit it, Facebook knows that page is more important to you than somebody else. They also know who are your more important friends, and they will show you posts more frequently from the friends you interact with as well. But they don't let you see too much of any one brand. So even if you clicked always on Disney, 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 you still wouldn't necessarily see Disney in your news feed a lot because Facebook controls that in order to give Disney an incentive to advertise to show up in the news feed of people. So no matter how much you interact with a brand or a page or an organization and click on things for them, there'll be a limit on how much you see from them at any one time because it's like the front page of a newspaper. The publisher of the newspaper owns what goes on the front page, right? And they can control who advertises and what ads appear and where they're placed on that as well. So what advertisers can do, and the reason Facebook has advertising is because they're always manipulating these algorithms, the formulas they use to decide what you should see so that no one brand shows up that often, so that there's an incentive to pay to advertise with Facebook. And that's what you want to do. So if you look at my brand page here and what I can do, there are ways you can choose what you may want to do and what you might want to see here. Let me go back to my brand page here, Bobology. So on Bobology, I have switched here and I want to see Bobology. I actually switched roles a little bit. Okay, so it'll show me things that I can edit on my page. It'll give me what's called a professional dashboard. And I will also start seeing things like advertise. Okay, so if I click on advertise, it shows me options for advertising that I can choose to do on Facebook. There are automated ads that will adjust over time. It's a really easy way for someone to get started. But I can also choose ad types, and I can also do something called boost a post. Let's try something with automated ads and see what happens. So this is going to walk me through some steps. Do I want people to come to my business location? Not really. I don't really have a physical location, and I'm going to click next. Do I have a website? Yes. Do people buy products on my website? Not too much, really. Do people book appointments? No. Do I get leads through my website? Yeah, sometimes. Okay. Do you want people to contact you? I'll say yes. And how do you want people to contact you? Select all that applies. So here's where WhatsApp becomes valuable because you can actually run an ad on Facebook where people can message you on WhatsApp. But I just want to have them share their contact information and reach out to me. And where is my audience located? Well, let's say Los Angeles, California. All right. And what topics? Well, I don't think they'd be interested in any of these topics, okay, but maybe home automation, but not Hollywood, not music of India, not this, not studying in Canada, but let's say internet marketing, okay? Here's a topic I can pick. Then I go to next, and it's showing me some ad versions that I could use. Create your ad versions. It's taking content that it has from my Facebook page, and now it's building my ad versions, finding my audience, and it's going to run an automated ad for me. And the goal is it recommends get more leads, and it has a contact form that I can, that will people will see, and I can set a daily budget. I can run this continuously. I can pick a category if you have a political ad or something like that. And then it'll tell me about how many people it will reach and about how many leads I will get from it, and then how I would pay for it and spend more money on it. Okay, so just another ad. Okay, so this is an automated ad. And if you're not sure what you're doing with advertising, this is a good way to start. Okay, that's one way to start. Well, I'm going to go back. I'm not going to publish the ad. I'm going to leave everything here. And we'll take a look at another type of ad that we might want to look at. Okay, so there's a boost post. That's one type of ad. And then we'll look at the ad center here and see if we can choose a different type of ad here. This is an ad center. It shows some ads that we've run. We go back to home here and go back to advertise to start over again. That was automated ads. It's going to walk you through a menu. Let's take a look at creating a new ad that I can choose. I can use a form, I can use an automatic ad, but I'm going to do an ad that just says get more calls, get more website visitors, get more leads, get more messages, get more page likes, or promote my business locally. I'm going to go for get more website visitors. Okay, it's not a bad. So here's a description of the ad. Here's a graphic that it pulled up from my Facebook page. Here's the headline. Here's a button label. I'm going to change this button label so that it's a little different. So instead of, I'm going to say, learn more. And it's going to show a preview here as we start to modify this. So you can see this is how the ad would look. And there's this button, Learn More, that people would see when they see it. And now I can get into what's called audience details. Audience details is how you can target your advertising based on the information Facebook has collected about their users. So I can choose and edit this if I want to, and I can use the Advantage audience, which is based on my page, or I can manually edit it. I can change it. So I can choose people through targeting. And I can choose people that like my page. I can choose people that don't like my page. I can choose different types of people and modify the targeting by editing the audience. You can choose people based on demographics here. So I can choose the location, male, female, age range, locations, and detailed targeting here. Okay. So, and there's even more advanced targeting that you can do for running ads also, but you can't choose somebody by name and to advertise just to a name. So let's take a look at the detailed targeting here. Detailed targeting gives me the ability to look at demographics, interests, and behaviors. So I can start to pick people based on their education level or their schools. So if I wanted to say University of Southern California, I can choose to have my ad only targeted to people at University of Southern California that studied, say, geology, okay, or geography. I'll take geography here. And I can even choose their undergrad years, when they went to school, if I wanted to. I can choose people based on financial information, like their income. What income range am I trying to reach? I can reach people based on life events, anniversaries of away from family, if they're away from their hometown, the birthday. I can choose to say, who are they friends of men or women that had a birthday recently? Are they in a long distance relationship? Do they have a new job? Are they newly engaged? Are they newlyweds? Did they recently move? Because Facebook's collecting all of this information because people share a lot of stuff on social media and Facebook collects it on people. Are they parents? I can choose all parents or parents with toddlers. So for an advertiser who's trying to reach, say, people that need, say, we're trying to advertise postpartum care or back to school or study, abroad programs or other types of things, I can choose types of relationships that people have. Are they in a civil union? Do they say complicated? People can choose their relationship status on Facebook, single, unspecified, widowed, etc. And I can choose their work. Are they working for specific employers? Say Toyota, USA. Do they have specific job titles? So you can get really, really detailed with demographics. That's just demographics. Let's take interests. What are they interested in? Business, advertising, banking, finance, higher education, science, entertainment, games, movies. What kinds of movies? Action, Bollywood, anime. What types of music are people interested in? What types of family relationship topics are they interested in? What types of hobbies and activities are people interested in? And it gets quite detailed. You want to reach people that are interested in ecotourism, You can advertise just to people that have an interest in ecotourism. Yeah, Kathleen.
Do you have to go through hundreds of pages of these to select, or is there some kind of something in the beginning, broader categories, which could be forever, is what it sounds like.
These are detailed targeting categories. So I chose specific interests. I could have typed these in. So if I didn't have anything here and I wanted to search interests, I could just type in eco tourism and it'll pop up and it'll select that for me right away.
And it will give you hundreds of categories that are under ecotourism.
I've picked ecotourism. If I want to go a little broader, I can go a little broader and just say travel, for example, and I can, have just pick travel and tourism if I wanted to. So it just depends on how much advertisers like this, because when you advertise on a TV show or at a sports event or at a radio or anything, a newspaper, media, print media, a billboard on the freeway, you're advertising to everybody. And so this gives you the ability as an advertiser to make your advertising budget go further. Yeah, I can say they own a Samsung Galaxy smartphone and just advertise to people that own Samsung. But I don't care about iPhone users or Pixel users or anything like that. I can choose their digital activities. I can choose the types of operating system they might use. I could choose the type of internet browser. I can choose if they're a mobile device user, different types of things. So there's lots of targeting in addition to just doing. So I wanted to choose Los Alamitos. So I'm going to go a little bit broader here. I'm going to go, let's say, Toronto. I want to advertise to Toronto Android users. So I can adjust this, make it a little bit bigger. I can make the radius 25 miles or 30 miles. And I just want to advertise to people that are interested in Samsung Galaxy phones. I can save this audience now. So it's going to give me a little bit of an estimated daily results of saying, okay, I'm probably going to reach daily 2.3K to 6.6K. I'll probably get 29 to 82 clicks a day. If my budget's $5 a day for 7 days, I'm going to spend $35 and I'll get, about this many clicks a day on my ad. And so advertisers can really focus in on who they want to advertise to. If you're making cases for Android or versus cases for iPhone, why advertise to people that have iPhones, right? Why just advertise to the people that you care about and are trying to reach? It's micro targeting, and it gives advertisers spend a lot of money. First of all, Google was there first with advertising because they have the ability to advertise to everybody that does a search, but they also started collecting a lot of data. But then Facebook figured out a mechanism that got people to share a lot more information about who they are and what they do and what they're interested in, so that they can collect all of that demographic information about themselves, people and their relationships, and give advertisers the ability to target people based on very, very narrow, tight interests and what they might be interested in, or broad interests. So as soon as you express an interest in anything these days on the internet, chances are you'll start seeing ads for things related to that as well. And so that's increasingly what happens with all of with all the advertising. And of course, Facebook is free. That's a little bit about how to advertise on Facebook, what it is for and how advertisers use it. how to create ads a little bit, in case you're interested in ever understanding what's involved in creating an ad. But also, if you're a user of Facebook, what advertisers are doing in order to get a demographic and interest and profile so that they don't have to advertise to everybody. They can advertise to the people they feel are most likely to be interested in their product or service. And so you get very customized types of ads, usually on Facebook. You'll get some generic ones for things that appeal to a wide mass market, but you'll also get more specific ones that are based on your particular activities, profiles, and interests. What I tell people is that if you're going to run an ad, first understand what your goal is. Is your goal to get traffic to your website? Is your goal to get a lead? Is your goal to get a phone call? Is your goal to get a sale of a product? And once you know your goal, then you can design the ad to help you accomplish that goal. Whereas, unfortunately, a lot of small businesses, because it's new to them, they run an ad first without a goal in mind for the ad, and they don't understand why they didn't generate any sales or revenue or leads. But I have a plumber that I've worked with that I helped in one of my classes, and he basically ran leads ads on Facebook, and he did extremely well. He got more business than he could handle, and actually had to stop the ad for a while until he could hire on some staff. Starting with the goal first on advertising, I found, has always tended to work better with advertising. And you have to remember that people are on Facebook to socialize and keep up with their personal network, so that they're not there necessarily to study something or to do research or other things. We're doing other things. And so understanding why people are on social network and giving them something entertaining, educational, informative that might be of interest to them will attract attention more. And it also works for the ads also. And so people that run ads tend to run ads that are successful ads. They tend to have a more entertaining type of message to them, as opposed to just a hard, fast, this product is on sale type of thing, type of approach. They give you the Facebook page is absolutely free. You can even have more than one if you want to. And it doesn't cost you anything to create it. It doesn't cost you anything to post things on it. It doesn't cost you anything to add things to it. But as soon as you buy an ad, then you pay Facebook for something. If you want to reach people while they're spending their 2 to 4 hours a day on Facebook, you got to have a presence on Facebook, first of all, but then you might also need to advertise.